I want to make another junk journal for this kit, and I decided that I'm going to glue the papers together, which will make them nice and sturdy, and then I'm going to fold them in half. And if you look at those measurements, what you have is like 5 1/4 wide by 8 1/4 tall, because don't forget, yeah, it's 8 1/2 by 11 paper, but when I trim it down. So that's what I was going for. And I decided to use this Epson box, and here's why, because it's got a really nice tiny spine. The spine is only a little bit, like around 1/2 inch, which is all I need, because it's only going to be about 10, 12 pages in the spine. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've measured it out, and I need it to be 9 inches tall, because we just said it was 8 1/4 tall. And then I'm going to have from each edge of the spine 6 inches, which will give me plenty of overhang when I fold it. So I've gone ahead and marked that, and I'm working off of the spine marks that are on here. Let me just make them red so maybe you can see what I'm talking about. They're right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get my trimmer and trim this. This way. And I think that is going to be perfect. Let's see, do we have it straight both ways? That's the other thing I gotta make sure. Yes. So I'm trying to decide, I think I might use fabric and cover this whole thing and then sew it. So let's just look and see how this will look when the pages go in. So they will be folded like that. And I'm not creasing them right now because I have to glue them. I haven't glued them yet. So let's pretend that that's in there. And that's perfect. Just a little bit over on the edge, which gives it a nice little book. This is going to be a fun project. So now let me decide what fabrics I'm going to use, and I'll be right back. So I'm looking at some of the fabrics that I have to put on here. I've got quite a few pieces that I think would just be so pretty. I've got this piece of blue. I've got some eyelet, which I think would be pretty. And then I've also got this black polka dot. So these are fat quarters, and that way you can get lots of different fabric in just a small piece, because you don't need to buy a lot. Walmart sells them, and also if you watch Joann's, they'll have them on sale. And then I have this piece of absolutely gorgeous fabric. I would love to put a piece of this on there too. What I just realized though is if I use some of these lightweight fabrics, look what happens. That dark blue shows through, which I don't want to see. So you have a couple choices. See how you can see it? You could paint this white paint. You could, let's see, let me think of another thing. You could use gesso on top of it. But I have this, I don't even know why, where, when I bought this giant roll of like that. It's like medical tape is what it's like. So I'm gonna put that on there, which will make it nice and sturdy. Sorry, my dog was barking, so I stopped. And then I realized I have some more little pieces of fabric somewhere else. So I went and got them out, and I found some more pieces. I love this piece. Let's see. Oh, sorry, it's not in camera. Oh, okay, I'll get this shut. Let's see. How much more can I mess up? Okay, I had like this. I liked this. I'm going to use this. Let's see. Now, why am I having such a problem with my camera today? Hold on. There. So I like this kind of like a patchwork quilt thing that I got going on. And then where it says 10 truths and promises, I'm going to put that there. I think I like this. So the first step now then is to glue it all down onto the cardboard. Back from the sewing machine. Look how pretty it came out. I decided to use, I usually have black thread in my sewing machine, but I was sewing something and I had white, and I'm glad I did white, and here's why. Because you can't see it. I can see the white, but I think the black would not have been as pretty, the black thread on the inside. So I think it worked out really, really very nice. I'm excited, I'm happy, and I wish you could feel it. It just feels so fun. It's soft because of the fabric, but yet it's sturdy. The next step is to glue your inside pages together. Now, you don't have to do this step if your printer prints double-sided. Mine does not. There's a crazy way, and I'd have to feed it back through, and I've wasted too many pieces of paper doing it, so I just do it this way now. What I've done is I've gone ahead and printed the pages from the kit, and then I've trimmed them all because they all had a little bit of white, and now I'm just matching them up. And there is a direction on these pages, so you want to make sure that you're doing it in the same direction. And I thought I would just show you. I've already done most of the pages, but how I glue it is I just really run this thick bead of glue around all the edge. Excuse me. I'm just having a problem with my voice today. So that I know the corners are closed, because the inside, of course, will naturally be matched up. And then I just do a couple wide swaths through the middle. Move my little glue book. There's the correct way. This is the correct way. And now I pick one corner and I match it. Does it come out perfectly? No, because how many times have I cut the paper? So it's okay. It's okay for me because this is a junk journal, so it's not perfect. There's nothing perfect in junk journals. Number two, I edge everything that I do with Distress ink. So if it's over a little bit, now see, this one just came out perfectly. You get to see the perfect one. So that one came out great. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, and they're all glued, and we are ready. What I'm going to do now is figure out which do I want to be like my cover page. So I'm going to audition some pages. Well, if I fold that, that can't be the cover. This would be. Okay, before I do that, I am going to go ahead and fold them, get them as lined up as I can. Go ahead and get the crease in. I just love this design of this paper. It's so pretty. Even if I made it, I still love it. It's fun when you're a digital creator, because I get to make things that I love. And I'm blessed because obviously all my fans, my friends, like what I've made because they purchased my kits. So my girlfriends had said, couldn't you do something in turquoise? And I went, well, let me think about it. And so this kit was born. There we go. And one more. Now, if I turn it this way, that could be the cover. Inside front page is what I'm trying to say. Actually, see, that would work. Yes, that might work. I like that. And this way, if we do it, oh, I can fold it that way and get another one to have two choices. So one of your tools for junk journaling is a bone folder. You really, if you don't have one, invest in one because you will use it over and over and over. So now I have 5 folded pages. There's my cover. Let me pick what I want. I really like, the flowers would be the first thing that you would see. And that could be matched there. That looks nice there. That's so pretty. That'd make a really pretty, totally, oh no, that's good too. See, this is what happens. Okay, that would look good. Okay, so I'm only making one signature. I think, hopefully I told you that. And that's why I picked this little tiny spine. I didn't want, it's only like 1/2 inch spine out of the Epson package. And so that works perfectly. And see how nice it fits in there? It gives me just enough on all the edges. And then it will go like that. And that makes me really happy. That looks pretty. Next step will be to sew in the signature, and I will be doing that with pamphlet stitch. Before I do that though, I am going to recrease everything just to make sure that it's down as far as it can go, because don't forget it still has, these are glued pages, the glue is still drying. So next step will be, yes, that is so pretty. Look how pretty that is in the inside. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Here is my signature, and I've done something a little bit different. As I was folding on my papers, I just thought of something that might be fun to do. I have number 12 tags, which measure 4 by 8. And I will put the link for tags. I get all my tags from Express Tags. Yes, you buy them in bulk. So you can share them with other people or you just have them. But this is a number 12, 4 by 8. And so what I decided to do is I'm going to put it in the journal each way, sometimes at the top, sometimes in the middle, right? And then this one I folded differently. And then there won't be any in the middle. So that's what I'm thinking. And as I said, I went and really spent time recreasing all of my pages and getting them as tight as I can be. And so I will begin sewing shortly. I'm going to make myself a template for the pamphlet stitch. So my spine is 1/2 inch, so I've measured 1/2 inch on this paper, and I'm going to cut that. And I got this trick from Kathy at Kathy's Garden, and it really does work. So you fold it in half that way, right? And, oh, excuse me, I take that back. What you want to do is you want to fold it in half lengthwise first. That way, when you lay it on there, you will be in the middle of the 1/2 inch spine. So, of course, an inch spine is a lot easier to maneuver, but that's okay. I didn't want the book that big. So I'm folding this over, trying to get it aligned and making it, there we go. Oops, almost. There we go. So now I've got it 1/2 inch that way. Now you're going to fold it in half, right? Okay. And then you're going to fold that again. And there we we go. And so when you open it back up, look what happens. Where all the folds are is where you're going to make, that's going to be your spot. And I'm going to use a purple pen, so hopefully you can see it. So let's see, did I make it? You know what I need to do is I should probably darken it with ink. Hold on a second. If I take that, it will be a lot easier for me to see and for you to see. So we'll put that on that fold. And then this fold was right there. Yeah, go ahead and fold it back up, Diane, and get everything correct. Because I didn't have the ink in my hand. Okay, there's the half, and then we did it half again. So let's mark both of those. And that was right there. There we go. And then this way, let's see, I gotta just do it on one side. So that's right there. Okay, why is this, this seems so simple to do, but now when I'm trying to show somebody how to do it, I'm like losing it myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So that's how you get a 3 pamphlet stitch, which I have those tags within those holes, I'm pretty sure. So let's make sure that I do, because if I don't, then they're not going to get caught. Okay, that's in the middle. That one is in the middle. That one is in the middle. So at least if they're in the middle, and that's on the middle and the end. So at least if they're there, that will work. Okay, let's go backwards, clip this back together. And now here is my little, so it's going to be right there, and right there. That's where it goes. And if I come over to here and fold that right where it goes, it's going to be right there. So now this is a little bit taller. I probably should do a 5, but I'm just going to do a 3. I think that works. I'm good at 3s. I'm not so good at 5s. So I'm going to just do like that. So that's right in, that's in the fold. Yes, we've got it right in the fold. You can't see it, but I can. So it's right there in the right spot. Let me get my needle and my tools. I got my needle. I've got my, I'm going to use the white waxed linen because of the white on the back. And if you're new, 1, 2, I'm going to do 3 and a little bit longer, just so I always have enough. That's ready. And get that threaded. I have to use a really huge hole because at my age, my hands and my eyes, sometimes they don't all really work. Okay, we've got that ready. What I think I'm going to do, I am going to tape this so that I get it right in the right spot. And then it will be a lot easier to punch my holes. Then I can take it back out. So I'm going to tape it right there. And this is that medical tape that comes right back out. So that's not a big deal. It's not going to mess my fabric or my book. It's like white masking tape is basically what it's like. And that way I have this exactly where I want it so that I know. Okay, double tape on my fingers. Okay, really? This is just how my day's going today. That's where it's going to go. Yes, that works well. Now I will punch my 3 holes with my pokey tool. go. There's that one. There is this one. And then there's this one. There we go. And I move it around so it's big enough for the needle to go through, and I don't hurt myself when I'm trying to do that. That's ready. Now we are going to lay this on there, and I can just pull that paper out once I do this. Now what I'm working on is making sure that, oops, let me get in the camera again. I'm making sure that I'm equidistant from this end and this end. Those two ends I'm not worried about because I know where it goes. So let me see if this is going to work now. Oh, okay. There, I see my holes. There we go. And I am going to actually put some little purple in there just so I can see them. And it's black on the back, so it won't be a big deal. So now let's go back and lay this on here so that I can poke my holes in here correctly. And we are 1, 2, 3. And that's about the right spot. Let's see. And I will see if I did it right, won't I? So it's about right there. Yes. It's exactly where it's lined up. Sorry. I'm sorry. I've had a hard time doing this video. Real stiff paper. Okay, now why is my glue being recalcitrant? Now I wanted to be really good and gluey when I didn't want it to be good and gluey. Oh my. Okay, there we go. Get all this off of there before we tie it up. Yeah, okay, so be careful with that tape. I thought it was more like masking tape, and somehow it wants to, well, of course, this is my good printer paper that I talked to you about. Oh my gosh, don't tell me it's going to rip my paper. Well, you're seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly today. Yeah, don't use that tape. Not on that clay paper, because now that I just realized when I told you that, it's actually sticking to the surface, which is not what I want. Of course, I just want to be able to pick it up. I should have just used masking tape. And if I can't get it off, well, I'll just be putting a pocket on there, won't I? Oh my gosh, it's like it became instantly the stickiest of all. Peeled off on the other parts, so I don't know why it's doing this. Well, guess what? I'm just going to leave it. Okay, let's pull this tight, nice and tight. I want to make sure it's tight that way. Yes, it's nice and tight that way. Okay, now I'm going to take my needle off. See, I don't do what I did and use the wrong tape. I'm going to tuck it under the top one so that when I tie it, boy, that is just frustrating. I'm serious, it's not even like it's the same tape that I had somewhere else. And good thing it's clear, because here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to burnish it in there, and that's just going to be where it's at. Tie this in a nice knot one time, go back under, tie it again, tie that, there we go. And where are my little scissors too? And I'm not going to put any dangles in there, so I'll just trim that off. Well, it is a little bit different, but okay, it's a handmade journal, Diane. Just get clear that it was handmade. There we go, yes. Don't tell me I just did it upside down. Oh my gosh, yes I did. So this now becomes the front. I can't believe I just did that. There's no way I can take it back out. So to be correct, it needs to be like this. Well, now that's the, okay, that becomes the front. So, this has been a comedy of errors video, so I'm hoping you're laughing at me because I had this so perfect, but then when you're all in one direction inside, well, I guess it was supposed to be that way. That's the way it was supposed to be because that's the way it's going to be. Okay. Best laid plans, right? Onward to decorating and doing the Bible study.